Okay, in this video I'm going to demonstrate how to rename variables that are contained within a data frame. First, let's create a data frame. I'm going to call it new data, so I'm going to type in the name new data followed by an arrow pointing to it, and then I'm going to use the data.frame function in order to create the frame containing two variables. The first variable is going to be called interest, so I'll type in interest equals. Use the C function to enter in several values, and then I'll have a comma and then enter in another variable that I'm going to call goals, say equals to, and then use the C function again, and I'll enter in a few values as well. So just keep in mind that these vectors within this data frame have to be of this equal length. So both of these contain 5 observations. So next I will type in parenthesis and hit enter. So now when we look at our data, this is what it looks like. And if we want to look at the structure for the data frame, we'll just type in str and then new data, and you can see that both of these variables are being treated as numeric. So the first step, what I want to do is to change the name on interest, or rename the interest variable. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in, use the colnames function, follow that up in parenthesis with the name of the data frame. The name of the data frame is new data. And next, after we end parenthesis, next I'm going to start up a bracket here, and then I'm going to type the same information in. So I'm going to type in call names, then new data in parenthesis, and then I'm going to type in 2 equal signs, and then follow that up with the old name from the first data frame, the new data frame, which is called interest. So that's going to be enclosed in 2 quotation marks. And then I will, in bracket, follow that up with an arrow, and then provide in quotation marks the new name. So I'm going to call this interest new. And there's my end quotes right there. So I'll hit enter. And now let's do the same thing for goals. So I'm going to type in call names, then new data in parenthesis. Follow that up with an open bracket and call names, and then again the name of the data frame, which is new data, 2 equal signs, and then type in the old name, which is goals, in quotation marks, followed up with the end bracket, then my arrow, and then start quotation marks again, and the new name. So we'll call this goals new, and in quotes, and then hit enter. So now when I look at the data frame, I'll call it back up, and you'll see that now we have the new variable names included. So there's interest new and goals new. Now there's another way that we could do this that might be a little bit quicker, which is we can use the names function. So first off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, and I'm just going to actually copy this and paste it back in so that the new data frame is the original. So there it is. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the names function. So I'm going to type in names, and then inside parenthesis the name of our data frame, which is new data. Follow that up with an arrow pointing to it, and then use the C function in order to include the new names. So the new names have to be enclosed in quotation marks. So I'm going to type in quotation marks interest new, end quotes there, and then comma, and then goals new, end quotes, and then in parenthesis, and then hit enter. So now when I type in the name of the data frame, you can see that we get the exact same thing that we had above.